And I saw a story this morning, late yesterday actually, that Mike McCarthy of the Steelers hired his old offensive line coach, James Campen, who Aaron Rodgers loves, to go with him to Pittsburgh. They're trying to transform this offense. And I think a lot of Mike McCarthy's problem, like Android, is the marketing and branding. I mean, you hear people say, Pete Carroll, he'll get Hall of Fame votes. Well, Mike McCarthy has the same playoff record as Pete Carroll and a better regular season record. And McCarthy's only been canned once. Pete's adding them up. I mean, Mike McCarthy 12 times has had a top 10 scoring offense. Pete Carroll doesn't have that. So he is a good coach. There's no question. And he wins a lot of games and his team score a lot of points. So I think hearing this news, I said this, it feels a little uninspiring. He's older. He's a Pittsburgh guy, but I think he's a good coach. And Pittsburgh did just go 10-7 with an organization and a head coach that felt kind of the last 6-7 years tone deaf to offense. And remember this, Mike McCarthy, when he joined Green Bay, you remember Brett Favre was like 36 years old, led the league in interceptions. Packers were bad. They hired Mike McCarthy. What happened? Favre was back to being a Pro Bowler, and I think he made the NFC Championship. So it's like Mike McCarthy makes quarterbacks better. In fact, Ian O'Connor, who wrote a book, a great book on Aaron Rodgers, Out of the Darkness, must read. The first couple of chapters are his family's history. Aaron's family's history is amazing. He says when he did all this homework for the book, he says, Aaron Rodgers and Mike McCarthy, don't believe it. It'll work. Okay, they were 10-7 last year, and they weren't great offensively, but they won the division, and they'll be better offensively. It's just certain, the android, Mike McCarthy. I always said Steven Soderbergh is a director in Hollywood. I love all his films. The Limey, Ocean's 11, Aaron Brockovich, Sex, Lies, and Videotape. Traffic is one of my 10, 15 favorite movies of all time. He doesn't get mentioned a lot. He's got one Oscar. Mike McCarthy's got one Super Bowl trophy. Like some people, and I don't know why it necessarily is, I just watched Black Bag, Steven Soderbergh. I don't go to the theater anymore unless it's Mission Impossible. I do not go to the theater. I literally was sitting on my couch. The staff laughed at me. I look, oh, Steven Soderbergh's got a new movie. Boom, went and watched it. I was like, came back, I'm like, it's the best movie I've seen of the year. Black Bag, loved it. Spy thriller, unbelievable. So, like, I don't think it's as good as John Harbaugh maybe to the Giants, but McCarthy's record and John Harbaugh's resume, they look like they're mirror images of one another. We think this of Harbaugh, and then Mike McCarthy's like, I don't know. I don't know if it works. You know, the Harbaugh name is obviously very powerful, and it should be. But when I saw the hiring of the Green Bay offensive line coach that Aaron loved and McCarthy loved, I'm like, okay, here's the transition to finally getting an offensive coordinator that the quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers loves and has worked with. It's like, oh, that's a real thing. That's a real thing. When Robert Saleh got the job with the Titans, it's even better that Brian Daboll is the offensive coordinator. I'm like, oh, that will work for sure now. And the Pittsburgh thing has grown on me. So this week, very interesting, Josh Allen, we've had a lot of people crying this week, and we've had a lot of emotional people getting jobs, getting let go. Josh Allen got very, very emotional this week when Sean McDermott got fired. Reportedly, it was a very emotional time. And, you know, I don't know if people know this. In the last 40 years, that's 4 decades. That's a long time. Every quarterback that's won an MVP in the last 40 years has won a Super Bowl, except Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen. And I was thinking about this morning. Both now are massive cap hits, limits the roster. Both now have head coaches. It's very realistic. The coaches now they have are not as good as the last guy. I mean, Sean McDermott won 66% of his games. Okay, that's really high. And John Harbaugh's got a winning playoff record and a Super Bowl trophy. Do we think Jesse Minter will be better than that? I don't know. Do we think Joe Brady will be better than McDermott? And both quarterbacks now not only have massive cap hits, we just saw Josh Allen in a boot, and Lamar Jackson has been hurt several times. So he's a little bit injury prone. And then here's the other thing. So if I had to bet today, is Lamar Jackson going to get to a Super Bowl? My bet today would be, no, I don't think he will. And I'm a huge fan. And if I had to bet, will Josh Allen get to a Super Bowl? It would be yes, but he would be an underdog, and I don't think they would win because of his cap hit. Because just in the AFC, forget the fact that Drake May and Bo Nix both have a top 5 coach in the league, an established winning coach. But both Drake May and Bo Nix have tiny cap hits for the next 3-4 years. So those Denver rosters, those New England rosters are going to be baked. They're going to be fantastic. Better than Buffalo for sure. And then my question is, if Josh Allen gets to a Super Bowl, well, the NFC has many of the best GMs. Seattle and San Francisco and LA and Philadelphia and Detroit and the Rams and Tampa Bay and Green Bay. So if you get to a Super Bowl, you got to get past Sean Payton and a stacked roster and Mike Vrabel and a stacked roster, Jim Harbaugh. Then you get to the NFC with more stacked rosters. Now, there's only 2 jobs left. Clint Kubiak, the Seattle offensive coordinator, obviously has a Super Bowl a couple Sundays from now. He is the leading candidate in Las Vegas, reportedly, and Arizona. I think Vegas is a better gig. Tom Brady's one of the owners. I like that. They've also got some interesting offensive people.